Taurus, thanks for joining me. This is your astrology and tarot forecast for November 2014. It's really nice to be with you. I'm going to give you a prediction of what I see coming your way in this month. I'll have a look at the astrology and I'll also draw a tarot card to give you an overall theme. So, the beginning of the month, you're all about relationship and you're all about realizing your hopes and dreams in that area. And it looks really positive. There's a lot of flow, there's a lot of positive emotion in the atmosphere, there's a lot of positive energy around that. Past hurts that you've had in terms of your relationships and in terms of your friendships too, you're able to really transcend those and heal some of those, even redeem them. So don't be surprised if you have the opportunity to make amends or to take a relationship in a more positive direction. But also you're going to feel very loving and you're going to feel very sure of your own feelings at the beginning of this month. Now, here in England, we celebrate Guy Fawkes Night, which is Bonfire Night, on the 5th of November. And basically, schools and churches, they light big fires, and it's a wonderful kind of community event because it's getting really dark here, so it kind of signals the beginning of winter, you know, the cold season, of the long, dark nights, all of that stuff. And you will continue to feel that sense of emotional intensity and strength and energy within yourself. But you'll also start to look at moving that forward into your family and how can you improve family relationships. You're really sensitive to what you want to achieve in terms of your family life. So that whether this is, you know, you've been estranged from your father for many years and you want to have your father in your life, for instance, or you're single and you want to find a partner and get married and have your own children, you're really become more certain of what it is you actually want. And once you become certain of that, you can take action to make it happen. The full moon happens on the 6th of November, and this happens in your sense of self in Taurus. Okay, so the full moon is about blossoming. It's about really, if you think of a flower literally opening, that's what happens when the full moon occurs. And it's in your area of self, and it's in the sign of the bull, you know, Taurus, the really earthy, practical energy. So you will most certainly have both feet planted on the ground very firmly. You will have an innate sense of who you are. You will feel well in your physical kind of existence, your physical body. But you're also going to be very sensitive to who you are and what works for you and what doesn't. So the relationship side of things you're very strong at. You really love your partner at the moment. You really are looking for what you're trying to achieve in that area. But you're also not going to compromise yourself very much. You're very clear about who you are and how you want to travel forward. So I would suggest communicating that with your partner if you're in a relationship. Say, listen, in 5 years I want to have children, I want to be married, I want to move to Provence or wherever, and I want to make a commitment. This is really serious. This is planning for the future, and this is working to getting what you want in terms of your relationships. Mercury goes into Scorpio on the 9th of the month, and that means that you become more communicative about your feelings. So the sense of structure and self-knowledge is even stronger. It squares Jupiter in the 4th house of family. So what I'm getting as a keyword very much for you, Taurus, is the lack of compromise, and that you know your own mind and you know your own feeling and you know what you're looking for. So the good thing is that Jupiter is the lucky planet, so it will ensure that people will respond well to your feelings. It could be that you speak your mind and everyone's like, oh my God, what, is he nuts? I don't agree with that. That's not going to happen this month. You're going to say, for instance, you know, Dad, I've always had an issue with the way you've treated me in this area of my life and the lack of support. And because of Jupiter, that growth energy, your father will listen to you and will understand what you're saying. And you can create closer bonds and a more cohesive structure. As the month progresses, especially around the 14th, there's a real sense of energy and conflict between what it is you love, and you're extremely sensitive to that in terms of feelings. Okay, so you may re-evaluate your family relationships and how you feel about them by something really positive that happens on the 14th of the month. It may be that someone tells you a wonderful anecdote from your childhood, or gives you a present, or offers you an insight which really opens up your heart to that other person. And this could be your birth family, so your mother, father, brother, sister. It could be your husband or your own children, or it could be friends who feel like family, who are close enough to be family. There's also a T-square occurring between your Uranus, your North Node, and your Mars and Pluto. Okay, and what that's telling me is there's a real sense of energy and movement in terms of doing and miracles happening for you in the social kind of structures that you belong to, and getting things done, and wanting to transform your daily life through your relationships, exploring your daily relationships and seeing where you can take that. So this is about, how can I help? How can I make use of my own energy to communicate, to explore the world and other people, and to really learn something new? So again, this is about feeling, getting even more insight into what you feel about other people, how you feel about other people, and it's like something is revealed to you in terms of how you feel about other people. I can't express it any better than that. So for instance, you've always, your brother, you've always felt about him a certain way, but something becomes revealed to you this month that opens a new window within you. It's like, oh, I've also got this feeling for him. I didn't really realize that, and it makes you see the other person in another light. They haven't changed, but you have. Now, Venus moves into Sagittarius on the 17th, I'm sorry, and that's in your 8th house of kind of the taboo and mysterious. So, you become very kind of sexually activated around this time of the month, and you want to explore different things. So if you're in a relationship, you really become very interested in the kind of physical side of things. So the focus shifts very much from your family into your personal relationships now, and how you can grow your love with the other person through connecting with them. So by spending more time, by exploring each other and seeing what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy, all of that stuff. So this time of the month is really getting to know the other person. The new moon happens on the 22nd, and this is a real area of focus for you. And now the shift is, how do I want my relationship to progress? And what do I want to experience in this relationship? And if you're single, what kind of partner am I looking for? It's planting those seeds of intention, exploring what you're into in intimate personal relationships, and really looking, this is a very intimate kind of theme in your chart. It's not about, how am I going to look on the BBC News when I'm giving an interview. This is like, what do I care about in my inner, most personal, most quiet kind of self? What am I looking for, and what am I looking to add to that? How can someone else complete, how can someone else complete me is the worst line ever. But what parts of myself are coming up as wanting to be explored? What do I want to look at? And who can I bring into my life to make that happen? So it's not about completion, but working with someone. That's really different and important. I'm glad I qualified that. Okay. Thanksgiving is on the 27th of the month, and you're continuing with that theme of looking at other people, looking at improving relationships, exploring relationship, and seeing what they communicate to you and what you get back. So it's a dialogue between, what do I feel, how can other people help me explore what I feel, and how can we meet in the middle to make that the best process possible. By the end of November, there's a lot of movement and energy in terms of this romantic side of things again, and hopes and dreams being realized, and being really sensitive to your feelings. So you're really open and really, you're not fragile, but you're able to fix certain disappointments that you've had in the past, and you're really able to have great, intimate, interpersonal relationships with people at this time of the month. you're really just feeling very intimate and personal like you did in the middle of the month. But this is really a month of passion for you, of really connecting with another person and not being so focused on the outside world, but much more me and another person and what is created between the two of us. Now, I'm going to draw a tarot card to give you a theme that way. Let's see what your card is. It's the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is about exploring your passion and your desire. So, if you're single, you know, get on Match.com, see what's going on, because you're going to have a huge resource of connection to other people. Really, the ability to become intimate with another human being. And that's one theme of our lives, but it's really a wonderful and very personal kind of way. A lot of people explore their spiritual feelings through this, you know. Look at Sting with his Tantra or whatever. That's a very, you know, niche kind of way of looking at who you are as a person, and you really have access to that this month. I mean, as a Taurus, you're very sensual anyway, but it's really on fire this month. Have a fantastic November. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like a private reading, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.co.uk. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/GregoryScott444, and you can also send me an email. The address is readings@gregoryscott.co.uk.